Today in my presentation, I'll be talking about and explaining the KISS principle, Dawson and Bassett's three-question approach, and the Eisenhower matrix. The KISS principle states that most systems work best if they are kept simple, rather than made complicated. Therefore, simplicity should be an extremely key goal in the design and development of a certain project or event. This principle is extremely beneficial in a group environment, as complications create problems and can cause unneeded mistakes or even conflicts between group members or workers. The practice known as Dawson and Bassett's three-question approach is a beneficial practice used to evaluate or analyze a team, business, group success, or the success of others. The three questions are followed. What worked well? What hasn't worked well? And what ideas, issues, or concerns does this raise? The final component I am going to talk about is the Eisenhower matrix. Using the Eisenhower decision principle, tasks are evaluated using the criteria important, unimportant, and urgent, not urgent, and then placed in according quadrants in an Eisenhower matrix, also known as an Eisenhower box or Eisenhower decision matrix. Tasks are then allocated to the box that best relates towards its level of importance and urgency. The KISS principle is extremely relevant towards sport and recreation, as it can be applied in several ways. It is an effective principle to use in project management, as one of its main purposes is to create easy and beneficial decision making. Many sports businesses such as Sport New Zealand and High Performance New Zealand, or even the big guns such as Nike and Adidas, perform best when following the simple rule: keep it simple, stupid. As they have simple decisions rather than complex ones. That is unneeded and just creates unneeded levels of stress and anxiety. This principle can be applied in all areas of sport, from business planning, sport and event management, all the way to professional sports teams, using simple strategic tactics and strategies to achieve a specific goal. The three-question approach can be applied when evaluating or analyzing a specific recording, such as a sports match, where you can pick your mistakes and how you can work on them to better yourself as well as your team, as well as what you can learn from it, and what concerns and issues it raises. This practice helps not just towards the planning and analyzation of sports games and sport events, but also towards every facet in the sporting industry. Sports management, sports businesses and brands, and so on. It's used to look over and pick apart a certain project or performance and influence it for the better. The Eisenhower matrix is also relevant towards sport and recreation, as it can be used with business, such as Sport New Zealand, to spend more time on important tasks and to help with decision making and prioritizing tasks based on importance and urgency. I've personally applied the KISS principle, as during the early stages of the development designing phase, me and a few others kept saying keep it simple, keep it easy. No need to complicate things. Once things get complicated, people start getting overwhelmed, and that's when mistakes happen. I believe simplicity is always the best option, and I definitely try to apply and sink that message into every member in the group. Although not everyone agreed, I'm 100% confident enough to say I applied it reasonably well. I also used the Dawson and Bassett three questions approach, as after our event I messaged our group chat with paragraphs suggesting what went well, but also what didn't go well, and how can we learn from it. We received a lot of positive but also negative feedback after our event, and it made me realize, and I'm sure my group think about what we could have done to improve it. We had several discussions about our why, and the issue we raised, which was building more of a sense of belonging at AUT. We did this by mixing members up and encouraging them to talk to people they don't know, and make new friends and expand their social circle. I personally failed to apply the Eisenhower matrix during the early stages of the planning phase, as I was prioritizing the wrong things. Watching TV, playing PlayStation instead of studying, and working on assessments. My application of this method improved drastically over this semester. I began putting nothing above my university work, even my sport, and once I started prioritizing the right things, my grades rapidly improved in every paper, and I was able to switch on and plan my activity for my amazing race effectively. Although there was a slight change in rules 30 minutes before the event began, my knowledge and awareness improved, focusing on the more important and urgent tasks have grown greatly throughout the weeks. This concludes my assessment. Thank you for listening.